Breaking. Under immense pressure to pack and go, the UN forces in Mali have hastily withdrawn from the country. The United Nations peacekeeping mission in Mali has sped up its withdrawal from the city of Bur in the north, after a surge in fighting. The UN mission, known as MINUSMA, said in a statement on Sunday that deteriorating security had made its departure urgent. So, according to MINUSMA, the UN forces withdrawal was brought forward, made to happen way earlier than initially scheduled, because security suddenly deteriorated in the Bur region where they were stationed and that put their UN soldiers in danger. That's what they claim to be the reason they had to leave early and hastily. Also, Al Jazeera reports that in recent days, the Tuareg-led Northern Rebel Alliance called the Coordination of Azawad Movements, CMA, accused Malian forces and Russian Wagner Group troops of violating a ceasefire by attacking its forces near Bur. Of course, the Malian government has a different account of what happened, saying the terrorists have suddenly gained steam and are attacking their forces, so Wagner PMC fighters and their army had to face them. Let's do some unpacking right now. So, the new Malian administration comes to power, and after cancelling the infamous Pact for the Continuation of Colonization which colonial France forced its colonies in Africa to sign, they immediately asked French soldiers to leave the country. After that, they looked at the UN forces and realized they and the French soldiers are one and the same, so they ended the UN forces' nearly 10 years mission in their country and asked them to leave immediately. UN mission claimed they were there to assist France in eliminating rebel groups that have made life a living hell in the Sahel country. The military administration in Mali doesn't think so. The Malian population didn't share that sentiment at all. Malians claim instead that the presence of these foreign forces have made things worse, even accusing French soldiers of aiding, abetting, and arming terrorists and UN of providing cover for terrorists. UN and French soldiers deny these allegations. When the Malian Authority eventually asked the UN to join their French buddies in packing up and leaving the country, it was a hard pill to swallow for the UN. But they had to comply immediately. Malians celebrated this and China welcomed it, saying the West should learn to empower African countries to deal with terrorism and not sending their own forces on African soil to fight terrorism. But reacting to the development, the US envoy to the UN lashed out at Wagner PMC in Russia, saying the UN mission was there to protect Malians from Al-Qaeda and Wagner terrorists, who terrorized the people, and that it was unfortunate Mali was asking them out. France and pretty much all of the West fumed at the development. Meanwhile, Macron has praised the French ambassador in Niger who refused to leave the country after he was asked to leave. The so-called ambassador is practically under house arrest, but he refuses to leave, and Macron calls that heroic, saying France doesn't recognize that Kiani-led regime in Niger. Many wonder what the difference is between Mali and Niger, that the France agreed to leave in Mali and Burkina Faso under similar circumstances, but now refuse to leave in Niger. Well, the French know their colonial adventure in Africa is over. They seem tired of losing. The rest of the EU and US have them under pressure to dig in and say no. Losing Niger means ceding all of the Sahel region to Russia. It'll mean losing access to cheap energy sources and resources. It's not just uranium and the Trans-Saharan gas pipeline. It's more, so they can't stomach another loss, even when they can see the handwriting on the wall. But to many Nigerians, this is just the last kick of a dying horse. Nigerians have made up their minds that by whatever means possible, France must leave their country, and I don't see anything other than war stopping that, which is why they really need the war. I warned in previous posts that the more the planned ECOWAS strike delays, the more unsettled France and the collective West become. And that's where we are now. They would have preferred an immediate strike weeks ago, but when that didn't happen, their machinery began losing steam. Now, as ECOWAS continues to weigh their options and delay this, France is hoping to dig in and see if Europeans themselves can activate something real quick, through their proposed civil military mission in West Africa, since they seem to be running out of patience with ECOWAS. So, that becomes their plan B. As the threatened ECOWAS strike, which would have given French forces the relay baton to step in, is being delayed, Nigerians can mount civil pressure on both the ambassador and the French forces if they want to see them gone before the dawning of their plan B, and the authorities must ensure that by whatever alternative means they intend to force the ambassador out, that they do him no bodily harm. Wisdom, they say, is profitable to direct. Africa will win this. Africa will be free. God bless Africa and God bless Russia.